Sri Sulaiman Muhammad Ali sworn in as 13th Malacca Chief Minister. Singapore expands vaccination differentiated measures to protect those unvaccinated.
Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. You're watching Updates at Noon with me. I'm Jessica Lee. The Election Commission EC announced that Barisan Nasional BN has won 21 out of the 28 state legislative assembly seats in the Malacca election yesterday. EC Chairman Dato' Abdul Ghani Saleh, who announced the election results, said Pakatan Harapan PH won 5 seats and Perikatan Nasional PN 2 seats. He also said that a total of 326,068 people, or 65.85% of voters, cast their ballots.
Keputusan penuh Pilihan Raya Umum Dewan Undangan Negeri Periode Melaka ke-15 adalah seperti berikut. Pertama, Barisan Nasional BN memperolehi 21 kerusi. Kedua, Perikatan Nasional PN memperolehi 2 kerusi. Ketiga, Pakatan Harapan PH memperolehi 5 kerusi. Keempat, Parti Bumi Putera Perkasa Malaysia Putra 0 kerusi. Kelima, Parti Ikatan India Muslim Nasional Iman 0 kerusi. Dan yang terakhir, yang keenam, Bebas 0 kerusi. Jumlah 28 kerusi.
Speaking in a press conference announcing the results of the polls in Ikuti last night, Dato' Abdul Ghani also thanked all parties involved in the Malacca polls this time, adding that the polling process went smoothly. Meanwhile, looking at several hot seats contested in the Malacca polls, the Asahan State seat was won by Fairul Nizam Roslan from BN with 5,656 votes as he beat PH Datuk Sri Idris Harun, PN's B Danish and 3 independent candidates. With a majority of 2,993 votes, Fairul Nizam said he will be working hard to keep his promise to the people in his state constituency with education as his primary focus.
Sebelum ini, pendidikan menjadi fokus saya paling utama. SPM tahun depan bulan Mac, so itu antara langkah pertama yang saya akan buat. Pembinaan Masjid Selanda, saya akan terus bekerja pada minggu hadapan untuk berjumpa dengan pimpinan tertinggi untuk membantu pembinaan Masjid Selanda. Dan seterusnya, sudah pasti hari ini, line internet di luar sana semua maklum. Kita akan terus, minggu depan saya akan jumpa dengan kementerian untuk menyelesaikan masalah ini.
Across the state, Pengkalan Batu Assemblywoman Datuk Kalsum Nordin feels confident that BN will bring big changes to the state.
Terlalu awal untuk saya mengatakan apa saja, tetapi apa yang telah saya janjikan akan saya kotakanlah dalam manifesto saya, dan insya-Allah saya akan buat yang terbaik demi untuk kesejahteraan, kestabilan dan kebahagiaan kepada Dom Pengkalan Batu itu sendiri.
Datuk Kalsum managed to obtain 4,839 majority votes, defeating PH candidate Muhammad Danish Zainuddin and incumbent Datuk Nurhizam Hassan Bakti. Over in Tanjung Bidara, BN candidate Datuk Sri Abdul Rauf Yusof won with a majority of 3,559 votes, defeating PN candidate Datuk Mas Irmiyati Samsudin, who garnered 3,195 votes. Another candidate, Zainal Hassan from PH, only managed to secure 489 votes. In another development, Lendu State Assemblyman Datuk Sri Sulaiman Muhammad Ali has been sworn in as the 13th Chief Minister of Malacca. He received his letter of appointment and took the oath of office, loyalty and secrecy before Malacca Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Muhammad Ali Rustam at Dewan Sri Utama of the Governor's Office at about 12:45 early this morning, just hours after Barisan Nasional swept to victory in the Malacca state elections.
Dengan sesungguhnya,
bahawa saya akan menunaikan kewajipan jawatan itu dengan jujur, dengan segala daya upaya saya.
Sesungguhnya kepada seluruh rakyat negeri Melaka, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan terima kasih yang tidak terhingga di atas kepercayaan yang diberikan kepada saya bagi memimpin bumi Melaka yang bertuah ini. Saya tidak sama sekali akan menghampakan harapan rakyat negeri ini dan seterusnya berjanji akan memikul tanggungjawab yang diberikan dengan seikhlas hati.
The ceremony was witnessed by Malacca State Secretary Datuk Kamil Muhammad. Also present were Muhammad Ali's wife, Puan Asma Abdul Rahman, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Semasa Yaakob, UMNO President Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, MCA President Datuk Sri Wee Ka Siong, and BN Advisory Board Chairman Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak. Earlier yesterday, Datuk Sri Sulaiman retained his seat as Lendu Assemblyman with a majority of 3,104 votes in a three-cornered fight against Abdullah Mahadi from PN and Muhammad Azri Ibrahim from PH. This is the second time Datuk Sri Sulaiman, 55, has been appointed the Malacca Chief Minister after having been first sworn in last year. The newly minted Malacca Chief Minister revealed that the State Executive Council lineup for the new administration would be announced next week. Datuk Sri Sulaiman said he would study the matter before discussing it with Malacca Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Muhammad Ali Rustam. Datuk Sri Sulaiman said each aspects, abilities and experience of the Exco members for every portfolio will be analysed before making any decision. He also promised that he would be a leader for everyone in the state regardless of race or religion. On why the swearing-in was held early this morning instead of this afternoon as scheduled, Datuk Sri Sulaiman said the matter was expedited as there is a meeting of Menteri Besar and Chief Ministers scheduled for Tuesday, followed by a conference of rulers meeting. The Barisan Nasional or BN coalition, which has swept 21 out of 28 seats in the Malacca election, intends to enact an anti-party hopping law when the State Legislative Assembly convenes. Its chairman, Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, said the proposed law is needed to ensure that the political stability of the state's future ruling coalition, in a reminder that the just-ended state election was triggered by 4 assemblymen who switched allegiances in October. Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid also said BN will be introducing a constructive vote of confidence to make certain the state government remains intact. A constructive vote of confidence, a variation on a motion of no confidence, would require that any claim by an assembly member to enjoy a majority or that a majority has been lost must be tested in the legislature rather than outside the assembly. The principle is intended to ensure an administration stability by making sure that a replacement has enough majority support to govern.
Saya yakin dengan ketetapan ini kita akan dapat melahirkan kestabilan yang amat didambakan oleh rakyat negeri Melaka khasnya dan rakyat Malaysia untuk melakar landscape baru politik negara selaras dengan usaha untuk menepani realiti politik Malaysia.
The Ministry of Health, or MOH, recorded 38 new deaths due to COVID-19 yesterday, bringing the country's death toll from the virus to 29,978. Of the 38, 5 were classified as brought-in dead. Terengganu topped the list by recording 12 deaths, followed by 5 in Perak and 4 in Kedah. Now, no deaths were reported in Negeri Sembilan, Perlis, Penang, Labuan and Putrajaya. The country's COVID-19 cases dipped below the 6,000 mark once again yesterday, with MOH reporting 5,859 new infections. This brings cumulative infections in the country to 2,581,747 since the pandemic started. Selangor continues to top the list of new infections as of midnight with 1,528 cases, followed by Kelantan 614 and Sabah 545. And that's it for today's updates at noon. In our top story, Datuk Seri Sulaiman Muhammad Ali sworn in as 13th Melaka Chief Minister. Tune into news at 10, coming up at 10 p.m. on My Free Views saluran Berita RTM channel 123. With that, we leave you with the visuals of memorabilia from some of the music industry's legends of the 20th and 21st century, including Eric Clapton, Kurt Cobain, and Michael Jackson. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jessica Lee. See you later.